Yo, this is Ordaned1's. This is not the show right now. I just want to talk briefly about the show I've been watching called Heroes, which comes on NBC. And I just want to talk about how great the show is. And if you haven't seen it, or don't watch it, I suggest you do, because especially if you're a comic book fan, this show just kicks like this major tail. All right, let me talk about it. All right, the story Heroes is about these everyday people like you and I who discover they have super abilities. And they, unlike in a comic book where everyone who obtains a superpower just throws on the cape and goes save the world, they have to find their purpose with this power. And that's one of the unique things about this show, because not everyone has the same persona. Everyone has a different personality in ways they want to use their gifts and talents. And the show is made to show us how in the world, how the story would play out if superpowers were actually real. How would they play out in a world of terrorism, racism, and sexism, and all of this turmoil that's been going on in the world? How would superpowers affect the world? And it shows how greatly it would, because unlike in the comic book where everyone is just saving the world, everyone has their own persona. There's those. Everyone is gonna, everyone would use their power for like a different reason. Not everyone is gonna save the world, and it's unique because it shows it shows the elements of what makes a hero and what makes a villain, what drives the person to do what they do. And so this show is just really just kick tail. If you haven't seen the show, the DVD for the first season comes out sometime in August. But I just want to talk briefly about season 2. Alright, each season is like another volume. Like, the show is like just this huge comic book. And if you're a fan of a certain type, just a strict type of comic book, like if you're strictly an anime fan, this show is for you. If you're into that classic Justice League type series, this show is for you. Even if you're not even interested in comic book, this show is for you, because it is more than just superheroes flying around saving the world. It's a great drama. It deals with real issues that we deal today in real life. But at the same time, it's not too overly serious. It is, in fact, a superhero television series, and it's just the action, the fighting is like just awesome. Like, I'm gonna talk briefly about a couple characters. There's this character in the first season who is pretty much the main villain in the first movie. His name is Siler, and he has like the ability to mimic other people's powers. Once he kills them, he has to like nearly just cut off their heads. And when he does that, he like obtains their power, and he's like the ultimate just villain, and he's just awesome. And then there's a good character. His name is Peter Petrelli. He also has the same powers as Siler, only he doesn't have to kill people to obtain their powers. It's like a certain connection he has with different people with powers, and when he makes that connection, he absorbs their power. And his power is somewhat similar to Rogue's power from X-Men, but only he doesn't actually take the power away from him. He makes a copy of that power. Once he made a copy of that power, unlike Rogue, he keeps that power forever. So in essence, Peter Petrelli, he has everyone's power. And this season was just completely awesome. Oh yeah, and there's this guy named Hiro Nakamura, and he has the power to like teleport and stop time, and he's like one of the huge characters besides Peter Petrelli, and he's just awesome too, and his character is so vital to the story, and if it wasn't for him, everyone would be dead like 20 times over. Like, the show would have ended like the first 4 episodes. And so the big season finale of the show was that Peter Petrelli, one of his weaknesses that he takes too much power, and when he does that, it causes, once he's taken too much power, it causes his body to take this huge change. And in the season finale, he exploded, and his brother Nathan had to save the city so he wouldn't take the whole city with him. His brother Nathan, who has the power to fly, flew him into the sky, and Peter exploded. Now, there's this big question whether Peter survived or not, because before the season finale, Peter had taken a power from his niece, Claire, who has the power to regenerate. So there's this big theory going around that maybe Peter Petrelli isn't dead. And also there's a question whether Nathan died, because Nathan had to fly him in the sky. And there's a theory that Nathan could have dropped Peter Petrelli in midair and flew away, and Peter would have exploded and regenerated. And so season 2, from what I've been reading and what I saw, is going to be just straight up awesome. Season 2 is going to be 3 seasons in one. Like, there are going to be so many new characters. This is going to be, like, awesome. And again, like I say, if you're in the comic books, whether you're in the comic books or you just want a good drama to watch, this show is for you. And I'm glad this show is made, because television these days is not showing us nearly as interesting things to watch anymore. There's hardly anything good to watch anymore. And I'm glad that they decided to start making shows like this. And hopefully in the future they'll be, well, I'm quite positive in the future they're going to start making more shows like this. And that's my quote on Heroes. Buy season 1 when it comes on DVD early August. Watch the show. You will not be disappointed. If you're an anime fan, you like the samurai action, it has all the elements of all the comic books mixed into one. It's just awesome. The fighting, the story is just completely awesome. And season 2 comes out September 24th on NBC. Do not miss it. It is 3 seasons in one. It's going to be huge action, huge just craziness. So if you haven't watched the show, watch season 2. Get season 1 on DVD. You will not be disappointed. 23 episodes on the first season DVD with some loaded new features. You will not be disappointed. This is Ordaned1 signing out.